Okay, well, no. So what is this crazy old man doing now? So I am making what is called Hooey sticks, truth sticks, and there is a host of other names I believe that these things are called. But basically, you you have one of these, and you ask somebody a question while you are running a cross stick for the length or for the section of the piece. And what happens now, I will finish the ends on these, but what I need is a good solid end, and the other end doesn't matter so much, but I can dress it up some. So what I need is, rods that I will have notches cut ever so far down it. There will be a smaller piece of rod nailed to the end this way, like a propeller, and you take another stick and rub it across these notches, and you ask somebody questions. Well, as you rub it across these notches, that propeller will start to spin round and round. You ask them a question, and if they're telling the truth, it keeps spinning round and round. If they lie to you, it goes in the other direction. So that's how you find out if someone's telling you the truth or not. And that is what we've called a Hooey stick. I don't know how to pronounce, or I don't know how to spell that. So in the video description, choose your own adventure. I don't really know. But, oh goodness. But a Hooey stick is what it is. Oh, righty. Now, what I will do, and then here's a shorter one. I may make something out of that, I don't know. So here's 4 sticks. So I'm going to step out to the shop, and I am going to hit the ends on my grinding wheel to kind of flush and flatten them up. I do have, I should have 2 no, I don't have 2. Yes, I do have 2 factory ends. I guess that's the 2 factory ends. So I will dress these up and make them better. Now we need to cut, and this is a 5/16 dowel. Just I think a 48-inch 5/16 dowel from Lowe's. And then I really want to see, here I have some 1/4-inch dowel. And so the 1/4-inch dowel, I believe, I guess probably will go 6 inches on it. Let's see, where does that come out to? That's kind of short. Let's make it, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. 7 inches. So, well, I tell you what, I cut as crooked as a snake. You know what? Once you score it, you break it off. How about that? I can't do this straight. Well, that one was kind of straight. So I got 4 Hooey sticks. And I need 4 rubbers or devices to rub. That's 3. And this will make 4. So after scoring the outside of the dowel, you're breaking the fibers on the outside. And so when you do this in a rotating fashion, I'm exaggerating it immensely, but a small rotating fashion like that, then it continues to tear those fibers going in, and you get a smoother cut versus just, breaking it in half. And so that's just a pro tip of the day. Yes, a pro tip of the day. And so you got your stick here. You got your Hooey stick that'll be here, propeller on the end. And then you'll take and you'll run it back and forth. I've got to cut notches in this, but you'll run it back and forth like this right here. And that propeller will turn. So I think what I'm going to do, usually your propeller is smaller than the regular, but I may just do these. Stay with the 5/16, the 1/4 inch. I think I'm going to cut some 1/4 inch just in case, and I'll still figure out which one I want to use. Because the propeller really 100% doesn't so much matter. 3, so 2 inches on the propeller.
Where's your doctor? Get here, back up. Leave it. Okay, thanks, baby, go back up.
1.
Yeah, it's nasty, why'd you do it, man? Here, baby.
2. 3.
Oh no.
Okay, and there's 4. And I'm debating on whether to make some propellers out of the 5/16 dowel. To be honest, I don't know. I think this is fine. I don't think I need to, because my wife got this one. This is 1/16 inch, 3/16 inch, and that's just way too small. So I believe I'm going to use the 5/16 for the shaft and the 1/4 inch for the rod to rake across it and the propeller. And I think that's going to be good. So let me put this to the side, and I will be right back. Okay, Jessica, you can say hi to the YouTube fans.
Hi, YouTube fans!
That's my middle daughter. Okay, so FYI, my middle daughter wanted to say hi to you guys. All right, so what are we doing now? Let's kind of look at what we've done. Get these charger cable is out of the way. I'm having to charge my mini drill. The other one. I got two of these. So my wife is bringing me actual already finished Hooey sticks. So here are completed Hooey sticks. And if you'll notice, this stick right here looks like a 1/4 inch dowel on it. And this one has a larger dowel. This is that's going to be a 5/16 dowel. Propeller, same as this right here. These, when they were made, they were just shy of 2 inches, and this one is just a little bit more, but right at 2 inches. And you'll see you got notches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notches on this one. And then this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 notches. So you'll see how it's turning and it reverses. Now that was a test run, so I don't know which one of you were lying. So let's test it on me this time. So, all right. I'm filming a YouTube video. Everyone watching the YouTube video loves the video. Someone watching the video is going to click unlike. Ah, looky there. See? That was a lie. Nobody's going to click a thumbs down. The Hooey stick said so. So there you have. Let's see. Oh, this is a defective Hooey stick. Yep. That one's defective. Let's see. Could be the rod. Let's try this. No. Yeah, see this Hooey stick is defective. So that's how you can tell. Once you get on there and you go to rubbing them ridges and it don't start to spin, then you know you have a defective Hooey stick. So let's go through the secrets to creating a useful and good Hooey stick. So one of the first things we're going to do here is drill the holes in these dowels. So the screws, or the nails, are 28 gauge nails. Right here. And so we're going to need 2 drill bits. The first drill bit needs to be as big, if not a little bigger, than the nail. So let's start with a number 4 here. Let's get this in our drill. And then we'll look right here. And that is almost perfect. So let's get it to spinning. All right, we're going to check our nail. Keep wanting to call them screws. Not quite big enough. So let's pull that out, and we're going to go up to, what is the next one? It is a 1.5. And by the way, this is an Aero Max little mini micro drill. perfect for little hand stuff like that, like this. Let's see, Ultimate Professional Products. This is a model AM19971 SDS Mini Electric Drill. And these bits, you can get them at Harbor Freight. So let's go through here. And we're going to check and see how that does. Now it fits in there, but it doesn't spin good. So let's go to the next size up, which is probably going to be a 2 millimeter. Nope, a 1.6 millimeter. Wow. So let's get that one on there. Wow. It's got forward and reverse. Cool. And lights. Okay. All right. Let's try this again. That is not, you know what? We'll try that after it gets used a bit. Then that will wear in nicely. Okay. So we know this is going to be our initial size. And then we started with a 1.4, but we're going to drop back to a 1.2. And we're going to drill our end pieces for this. We don't want it splitting. You know what? That's not... Yeah, this is a better end. Okay. That is almost perfectly centered. Now you have to eyeball this. You can't, you'll never get it to work right as a Hooey stick if you don't do it by hand and drill everything by eyeball. It's not going to be absolutely perfect, and that's okay. But the Hooey stick works because of what you put into it. That's why you get honest, accurate results. And you're going to be giving these away to people. You're going to be giving these away to people to find out the truth. So there you have it. Yep, that's the right end. Now you're not necessarily going to get a good Hooey stick out of every single one you make. Because like I said, we got a defective one here. But I can fix it, and we'll kind of show how you can fix a Hooey stick or a damaged Hooey stick like that. But that'll be later. I may just fix it, and I don't know, we might fix it in this video. I will see. Okay, so now let's go back and finish drilling our dowels for the propellers. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Now these dowels aren't specific, exactly the same length. And that's why I'm measuring each one of them to get as close to the center as I can. You want to kind of use a picking motion with one of these things. Because these little drill bits you could break easy. I mean, they are very small drill bits. All right. So now we have our initial holes drilled through. Now let's open them up. Well, pull my ferrule out. There we go. So now, wait a minute. I started with the big one. Never mind. Okay. I'm a goober. Yeah, that one's going to take a little wearing in. We may have to work it a bit for the Hooey stick initially. All right, so let's start with the assembly. Here we got the end piece. We got our nail through there. And then we just get it in here. And I don't have a tiny hammer close by, but we'll use this lockpick and jackknife. And you're basically just driving it in to secure it. Now you see that spins and stops. It should be completely loose. You can see there's a little bit of eccentricity in that. And so the more this Hooey sticks gets used, the more accurate it's going to be. And here we go. We're spinning, 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 spinning. All right. So now, remember, this was the accurate Hooey stick here. This was the honest one. This one was working. So let's just get in here, and I'm going to try to kind of basically match that pattern. And so we'll come in here. I'm going to take and cut a groove. Now, before you ask, does the groove need to be straight? No. It just needs to be a good ridge. How deep it needs to be, that depends on how accurate it is. If you remember, and I'm just going to tell you how to fix it. This one wasn't an accurate Hooey stick. But these ridges here, there's not enough of them, and they are not tuned right. And so that's where it comes in. You have to come in here and just initially just cut these notches in there, and you're going to work on them from that point. So the next notch, we kind of went a little bit this way, so we're going to go a little bit this way on the next notch, but not by a whole lot. And see, we got a distance that we're going to really come close off of that notch right there. Okay. All right, now I'm going to cut straight across, and I'm going to leave a little bigger gap right here. Or what looks straight across to me anyway. Now, y'all have to promise to keep what I'm teaching you here a secret, because the Hooey Stick Creation Federation is not happy with people giving the secrets out. You know, not just anybody's supposed to be able to make these Hooey sticks. I mean, they're powerful because of people can't lie to you when you got a Hooey stick. So that's what you got to be mindful of. So we'll come down here, and we're going to take and get a little bit of angle again. All right, then we're going to go down a little more and make another notch. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 more notches to go. So let's see here. All right. Now, if you got a better pattern for a Hooey stick, you know, remember the Federation. You don't want to get in trouble. So I'm not gonna just tell you to let me know what your pattern is. But I mean, it would be nice to know new patterns. The biggest part of the Hooey stick, after you get it cut out, notched, and tuned, is the finishing message on the Hooey stick. Let's see. All right, and see how this one's been dressed out. This one's been completely dressed out, patterned, and everything is finished on it. This is going to be a raw Hooey stick. Like I said, it's going to have a little breaking in, you know, all that kind of good stuff, because it's not going to be a perfect deal. Now we need to angle. It's not going to be a perfect deal until you finished dressing it out. And then that right there is going to dictate how many personalities of people that it's going to be able to tell on. Because just a Hooey stick by itself is going to, it's going to be able to tell you if somebody's lying to you or not lying to you. But the thing that you got to be careful with your Hooey stick is your patterning afterwards. Because there's some Hooey sticks that only work on men. There's some Hooey sticks that only work on women. And then there's some pretty standard Hooey sticks that work on husbands. Now, there's no Hooey stick that works on a wife. I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but they're immune. Now, women are not immune, but wives are immune to Hooey sticks. I don't know why. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13. So it's 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. We got 5 more that we got to do. Oh wait, so I forgot I was telling you something. So I got 4 more that I got to cut in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10. I got 4 more. So, some Hooey sticks work on husbands, and the thing about it is all Hooey sticks work on men. But with husbands, well, we'll go over that later. Hold on, just stick around. We'll finish that up later. I got to concentrate on what I'm doing here. You guys know I can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. Okay, so we're going to give this a try and see how it's shaping up, how much more tuning we got to do. So, what I was talking about. So, there's no Hooey stick works on a wife. Now, the Hooey sticks work on women, but not wives. It's not possible. The Hooey sticks work on all men, but with husbands, they don't just tell you if they're lying. It makes them tell you the truth to begin with. And so I may be confused. This may be a husband Hooey stick. I'm not sure because it spins to the right, and that's yes. Spinning to the back is no. So that may be a husband Hooey stick. I'm not 100% sure. They're not labeled. You just have to use them, and that's just the thing about it. So okay, so we're not getting any spin because that is too tight. So that we know we got an issue there. Let's see. Oh, it's working. Oh, but this is a line Hooey. No. No, this Hooey stick's going to have some more tuning. We are definitely going to have to work with this one to get it tuned up really good. Yeah, see, this is a finely tuned Hooey stick. That is a fine-tuned Hooey stick there. Yes, sir. But this is just not loose enough yet. I think what we're going to do is let's go up to the next bigger size. That way we'll make sure. And we'll have to pull this one. But I tell you what, let me see if we can pull this real quick so we can go ahead and try to start to tune this Hooey stick in. Let's get over here, see if I can pull that nail out. And I did. Okay, so we got the nail out. And so we're going to take our bigger bit, go ahead and chuck it up in our drill. You gotta have, I don't know, that might do it. Let's see. Yeah, we got a little bit of interference on the end of that Hooey stick. But let's try it out. Okay, so we need to do some tuning on the Hooey stick. Okay. So I'm cutting my certain little channels deeper. You don't go too deep. You don't want to cut your Hooey stick in half. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Okay. So. Right. Okay. Okay. So now let's try the Hooey stick out. Oh. Oh, I don't know. Let's keep working at it. We got to keep tuning it. Okay. Okay. We're getting there. Wow, we got the Hooey stick spinning, but I was trying. Well, so that's good. We got the Hooey stick spinning. Well, I think we're doing good. Okay, so we got the Hooey stick that is Hooey stick's responding now. So, let's see. This one's close. This one's real close. It is real close. Not sure which notch I need to cut or exactly. I don't know. So I may have to play with it a little bit to try to figure out, Yeah, I'm wearing this dowel down. These dowels aren't real good for Hooey sticks. It's trying. Okay. Okay. I need to. Oh, I got that. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to make an adjustment to that. Okay, we're getting it running pretty true. Have to do some more adjustment probably. Oh. All right. So this one I'm going to set off to the side for a minute. And we're going to work on getting the other 3 here put in. Then I'll come back and we will take a look at each one and see how we're doing. So I'm going to need to drill these through with a larger bit. You remember that we went to a larger one. Because it is just very important that these are very loose, that they spin well. If you can't just spin it round and round and round with your finger, then it's not going to do well. All right. Now these aren't by any means ready to ask questions. So far, this is the process you're going to need to go through. This is the process you're going to have to go through to assemble your Hooey sticks. And then there's a whole tuning process. You can see, you know that. There's a tuning process to your Hooey stick. And then you're going to have to dress it out with designs and stuff. Now you have to find your own design. I don't know what it's going to be. You're just going to have to play with that. But you'll find your own design for whether you want it to be for a man or a woman or for a husband. No, well, now children. Okay, so all Hooey sticks work with kids. Every single Hooey stick works with children without exception. So, we'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and finished up 3 of them. And I had to take a break. My hand was getting tired. I'm old. And I went ahead and did this. Actually, it ended up being the right length. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my actual deals. Because these are like Christmas presents. I don't want them to. I don't want to mess all this stuff up. But this needs to be tuned in. So I've got this one. I haven't done. Just the end where you saw me on that. And so you can see. Now I'm just taking it easy on it because you should not have to run this stick on it hard. It should just be able to go, pretty light. And so this one's done. And again, I don't know whether they all work on children, but I don't know if these are male, female, husband. But like I said, nothing works on a wife. She's either going to tell you the truth or not. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. This one's a little confused. I mean, poke me in the hand. Yeah, there we go. I think I got some more tuning to do to that one. And then, let's see. Oh, yeah. This one's doing good. And see, it doesn't have to be how fast you do it, is how fast it spins. But it's got to reset. And if you don't give it time to reset, then, you know, it's not going to be able to reset. See, this one, yeah, it does pretty good that way. And this, had to do some tuning on it. Let's see here. Pretty close. Oh yeah, it's doing pretty good. Yeah, I think it's tuned pretty good. I just had to adjust the end. It wasn't centered in here really good. But the more center you get your screw, I mean your nail, the better off it's going to be. So cutting notches is the way it's always been done in the past. But an easier way is actually on using a file. So let's see here. So let's get that. And I'm going to just basically cut my spacing. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I got 14. 7. Oh, okay. So let's show how we need to fix that. So I've got a little super glue here. And we're going to dab it in there. grab this and pop it into place. Oh, the other way, sorry. Because this will happen. You will end up popping some notches out there. And super glue works really well for it. So we have super glued it back in. Let's work on our other notches. So you don't want to be too aggressive with this because you can take and knock pieces loose. Now let's work our way from the bottom back up. Okay, so we'll go easy because that was the damaged notch. Is it moving? I don't know. Yeah, it's moving. So we're going to have to leave that in place while it finishes setting up. What did I do with, oh, there's where I put my dial. Yeah, see, we need to cut. They're going to have to be cut deeper for sure. So we're going to let that set up before I go to filing on it too much more. But kind of a side profile of the teeth. Kind of roll them. Maybe you can see roughly about where they're at right now. And then one that is finished. You can see they're not cut the same. But it works perfect. So, and then you've got this one that works good. And you can see they're almost uniform. So, the deeper the teeth are on the Hooey stick, the easier it is to control the information the Hooey stick is given. And so that entirely depends on how you cut your grooves. And then, of course, we done talked about your decoration and dressing it out and all that good stuff. You know what that is. So, basically, that's a Hooey stick. That's how you create a Hooey stick. Again, now, I can't promise it's always going to be left for yes and right for no, or left for truth and right for false. But it depends. Yeah, so you got to play with your Hooey stick. In other words, you got to tell it something and tell it something, maybe your age, and that not be accurate, and see which way it turns when you do that. And then tell it the truth and see that it goes the other way. And so then your Hooey stick's working, and you know which direction is yes and which direction is no. And then, of course, you first going to have to try it out on, your husband or your buddy or whoever to figure out if it's a male or a female Hooey stick. And then, of course, children. It works on all children, so it's not gender specified as far as a Hooey stick's concerned. But basically, I mean, that's it. Once you get it built, then it's all up to you to figure the rest of it out. I wouldn't go more than 2 inches on the propeller. And you want to have the hole drilled center of the propeller, center of the dowel, center of this dowel, and staked into place. Enough, and a large enough hole that it just spins freely in every way, shape, and form. It's just got to be, here, give you an idea, just wibbly wobbly on there. And then, you got that all tied in. Now, I need to finish tuning this one right here, and I don't know if my wife's going to make me dress them out or not. So, yeah, well, that's something that's private. That's between the Hooey stick and whatever's done with it. So that's not something that I'm gonna film as far as the dressing, like this right here. That's not gonna be a thing. So anyway, that's all I got. I appreciate you guys. I enjoy spending time with you, and I hope you get to make you a bunch of Hooey sticks that work really well. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.